Hey friends, my name is Erin, and it's time for me to show off what I'm going to be reading in September. I have really loved doing prompts this year, so we're going to continue in September. I don't know if September really has a theme. It kind of just follows a fall vibe. I love the fall, and so I have a bunch of books that follow different fall cozy themes. However, looking at this stack, it's not quite what I expected to be picking up in some ways, but let's get started. The first prompt is red, orange, or yellow on the cover. I'm going to be actually doing an audiobook for this. I'm going to be listening to the third book, Abaddon's Gate. I forget what this series is called right now, but I've listened to the first two of these on audiobook. They tend to be very long for me and feel a little bit tiring, but I also really enjoy the story. So it's on an odd mix, but I do enjoy it enough to continue on. I almost just wish that they had broken some of the books up. The Expanse, that is what the series is called. Prompt number 2 is a leafy cover. This is one that doesn't quite fit what I imagined because I kind of pictured again, that red and orange leafiness, but I really want to read this book, and it does have some clover and leafy greens on the side. This is That Time I Got Drunk and Needed a Love Potion at a Werewolf. It has such a silly title, and I think it'll be really good to get a romance in, a nice easy read that's comforting and fun, so I'm excited to get to this one. Cozy read. I feel like fall is the time to get cozy. And so I'm picking up kind of another short one. This is Spy Family Volume 5. I love the found family in this. I've been really enjoying the silliness, the writing style, the intensity of the characters. It's all been really fun to read. Graphic novels are certainly just kind of one that I can sit down and read in one sitting, which will allow me to bundle up, I think. Creature on the cover is up next. I'm going to pick up book 2. It does have a little doggy down here. This is Lyriel. It's this book following Sabriel. I reread Sabriel earlier in the year, maybe a month or two ago, and really enjoyed it. It is my first thick book in September, but I'm so excited. I tend to burn through these, and it has been a minute since I've reread the whole series. I reread Sabriel pretty often, but don't usually continue on for some reason. Next up is my big book prompt. I am so excited to get to this one, but I always kind of bulk at the size a little bit, but it is House of Sky and Breath. Follows the first book, Crescent City. Again, just the chunkiness of this. So 2 chunky books, but I think they'll both be ones I can burn through. I really loved the first Crescent City. I've been getting more into romantasy again, and so I think this will be perfect for this month. The next prompt is Stormy, and I'm kind of just thinking like a wild book, a darker book, and I don't know a ton about this one, but I'm going to pick up Slaughterhouse 5. I feel like Kurt Vonnegut I haven't read much of, but everything I have read has just been wild. I know this one has to do with firebombing in Dresden, I think, and is kind of anti-war, so it fits that Stormy vibe and will let me get a classic off of my list. The next one is a little bit tricky. So the prompt is fire on the cover. Originally, I was going to do Iron Flame, which is Fourth Wing's second book, as an audiobook, but I want to hold off on reading Iron Flame. I want to get some more reviews on the series because reviews of Iron Flame were not great, and I don't really want to take away from my enjoyment if I'm not going to love it. So instead, I went hunting on my shelves for something else that had fire on the cover, and I surprisingly do not have a lot. But I did find this one, which has fire here. This is Regrettable Supervillains. I read Regrettable Superheroes, again, 2 months ago, and it was kind of a fun read. It's nonfiction about comic villains that just kind of never took off. So Thanos, very well known, very popular, but Brickbat, couldn't tell you anything about him. It was really fun to get to see a little 1-page note about several different comic superheroes, and I'm excited to do the same thing with the supervillains. The next prompt is Pumpkin, kind of thinking of jack-o'-lantern, fun of Halloween as a kid. So I'm going to pick up another classic that's on my list called Swallows and Amazon. I don't know anything about this, but it kind of has to do with adventure and that childlike whimsy, so I think it'll be a good fit for this. Next up, we have Oversized Sweater, which is just another excuse to pick a cozy read, and I'm going to choose To Be Taught If Fortunate. Becky Chambers is an absolute must read author for me, and I've not read this novella yet. I know I'm gonna love it. I know it's going to be an enjoyable read, so it absolutely fits that comfort vibe that I'm looking for in September. If I get to this point, I'll be doing a vlog based on one of my book boxes, and then I'll have my last prompt, which is shorter days. We're coming into the shortening of the year. It's getting darker out earlier, so I'm gonna read a short book. I have a few already on the list, but the last one I'm going to pick up is one of my kids' book, Who Was Neil Armstrong? I've read a few of these, but I haven't specifically read this one. I do think they give really good information. I used to teach 5th grade, and these were a good start to research and kind of were accessible for students. Instead of like a long Wikipedia article, I could point them in the direction of these. All right, so that's it. That's what I'll be reading in September. I would love to pick up more books. My reading in August was pretty good, but I certainly did not get to some of the ones I wanted to, so I do have a few short ones on this list. I have a few long ones as well, but it would be really cool if I got to even more than this and I could kind of backtrack back into August. As of right now, this is my reading stack for September, along with maybe 2 books I'll get from the library and an audiobook. I will definitely be doing a second audiobook. I just don't know what it's going to be. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe another T. Kingfisher. That's one of my goals this year, is to read more T. Kingfisher. So let me know what you're reading. I hope you have a great start to fall. I hope you're enjoying whatever fall fun is your vibe. I love pumpkin spice lattes and big sweaters and blankets. So as soon as it gets cool here, I'll definitely be picking those habits up. But I will see y'all later. Bye, friends.